Welcome to day 260 of the New Way. I'll read John 13, 1 through 5. It was just before the Passover festival. Jesus knew that the hour had come for him to leave this world and go to the Father. Having loved his own who were in the world, he loved them to the end. The evening meal was in progress, and the devil had already prompted Judas, the son of Simon Iscariot, to betray Jesus. Jesus knew that the Father had put all things under his power, and that he had come from God and was returning to God. So he got up from the meal, took off his outer clothing, and wrapped a towel around his waist. After that, he poured water into a basin and began to wash his disciples' feet, drying them with the towel that was wrapped around him. Everyone wore sandals or walked barefoot on hot, dusty roads back then. The shoes were removed at the door, and the lowest rank of servant would wash each guest's feet as they arrived. It was refreshing for the guest and kept the home cleaner. On this night, an upper room had been secured, and since no one was, quote, the host, and no one wanted to stoop to the lowly task, no one had their feet washed. I wonder if there was some grumbling about this, and whether there might have been some bickering, whispering back and forth among the disciples. You ought to do it. No, you do it. I'm not doing it. Not me. Or maybe there was just the awkward silence as everyone quietly removed their own sandals and tried to get comfortable, knowing that their feet were dirty. Were they all worried about staining the rug or upholstery? Since they probably were reclined on couches, they wouldn't want to put their dirty feet on the furniture. We don't know, but we do know that Jesus decided to serve them. Listen carefully to John 13:3 again. Jesus knew that the Father had put all things under his power, and that he had come from God and was returning to God. Jesus, knowing that he was King of Kings and Lord of Lords, rose and began to wash their feet. What a strange, upside-down concept this is. This verse flips everything we know about greatness over to a new dimension. If you want to refresh your memory, we looked at Jesus' teaching on greatness on day 215. Here, Jesus practiced what he preached. I want you to know that serving others is only possible when we are secure in who we are. That's a big statement. Jesus knew who he was, so it was not humiliating to bend down and wash his apostles' feet. It didn't make him feel less than. You can clean toilets without feeling less than when you know you are filled with Jesus. I keep a poster in my laundry room to remind me of who I am with Jesus inside of me. Let me share some of the things that are on that poster. Because I've invited Jesus into my core, I am a child of God, redeemed, an heiress of God, forgiven, led by the Holy Spirit, a new creation, living by faith, not by sight, rescued from darkness, the apple of God's eye, justified, blessed, an overcomer, the light of the world, transformed, more than a conqueror, able to do all things, strengthened by Jesus himself. You might want to make a card with 2 or 3 of these written down to remind you of who you are. Serving only becomes possible when we are secure in who we are with Jesus inside of us. In his service, Dale.